So these are the items you will be needing to make this super cute bunny wreath. You need the nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and you will need 4 of those. And you also need the wreath itself that you can find at Dollar Tree. And you will need zip ties, your scissors, and your wire cutters to cut a piece from the wreath. So first things first is you want to snip off with your wire cutters this 3rd piece right here. As you can see, I already snipped that off. So now that that is all done and we snipped off the 3rd row, now we can start putting on our rope, and we want to start in the center and then work our way around. And that's how I did mine, and it does take some time, but it is definitely worth it. So let's get started. So you want to flip over your wreath, and we will be working on the back. So I will be showing you the back, that way you can get a good view. So your first zip tie will be placed here. So your rope is in the center towards one of the ears. That way you can have space for your other piece of rope right there. So you want to put your zip tie like so around your rope and around the wire. So it's going to wrap around the rope right there. And then you're just going to tighten up your zip tie, and you want it really, really tight so it can stay nice and secure, like so. So you want to just tighten as much as possible. And don't worry about the zip tie, because we will be covering it up with more rope. So you want it extremely tight, like so. So that's not going to move that much. And then you want to cut your extra piece of zip tie almost to the end, like so. It's a tiny little piece. And then you're going to begin to wrap. So let's get started with our wrapping. Now this will take some time to wrap around. And we're going to trim off this piece at the end. So we just want to wrap around the wire. So you're just going to keep wrapping it around like so. You could trim this piece off already, but I'm just going to do that in the end. So I want to get started with this. And I will fast forward till we get to our next zip tie. So now we're going to add our 2nd rope here, and we're going to add our other zip tie to hold it in place. So trust me, this is definitely worth the work. It's super, super cute, and I love mine, and this is my 2nd one I'm going to be adding. And then of course you want to trim off your zip tie, and you can either tuck this in the other rope or trim it off, however you choose. And I am going to continue wrapping my rope around. And I'm just going to tuck it in here, and then I'm just going to continue to wrap my rope. And now that we've reached the end of our 3rd rope, we are just going to once again add the zip tie and tighten as much as possible so it will stay in place. So just tighten it, and then trim off your rope or tuck it underneath your other rope. So you want to tighten it as much as possible, like so. And then trim off your zip tie, and then we will continue with our 3rd rope. So once you get towards the ear portion, you're going to do it in the center. You're going to go with your rope in the center of the ear right here. You want to do at least 1 rope, then go upwards, and then you're going to work around the ear like so. So you're going to go around and around and around like so. So now that you've gotten towards the end, you will zip tie your last piece here, and it will cover your ear. You feel like it doesn't because you're tightening it up, but then once you loosen it up, it does have enough space to cover the whole ear. So then you're gonna loosen it up just enough to reach the end, and you're gonna add your zip tie, and then you're gonna add finally your last fourth rope, and you will start it off from here and then continue on here. So let's keep going. So now that we have zip tied that piece, now we want to do our next and final rope, and make sure you remember this is the back of your wreath, so make sure you place the rope right, that way you won't have any small mistakes. And this is really forgiving, this wreath, because you can always move around your rope and hide. And in the center I will be adding a bow, so you won't even notice the zip ties. So let's keep going. So now that we are finally at the end of our bunny ear, now you want to do one last wrap here towards the end and add your zip tie. I added my zip tie on the bottom right here of the wreath, not the bottom, the top, but the bottom of the ear, just to make sure it stays in place. And this is our last and final zip tie, so yes. And now you can just cut it with your wire cutters or your scissors, like so, and then snip off all the little loose ends you have. And our wreath is done. So now you want to just snip off all the little ends and any imperfections you have. So I will do that, and then we will flip it over. So now that you have cut off all the little extra pieces and covered up your zip ties, now you just have these in the center. So what you can do is put a piece of the rope you have left and wrap it around and cover that by just wrapping it around and adding a zip tie, or you can add a bow in the center. But first you want to add your twine or ribbon or wire so you can be able to hang your wreath, and I'm just using twine from Dollar Tree to hang mine. And then you just wrap it around and make a loop, and that's it. So what I'm doing to cover the center is I'm gonna add a bow, and I made this super cute easy bow. I will link the video that I made. I made a tutorial for this if you're interested. It's super simple and easy. So this is the bow I made, but I also made this one. And both of these ribbons I did purchase from Dollar Tree if you're interested. So I think I'm going to go with the orange just to add a bit of color. So to add the bow, all you're going to do is put your zip tie here on the back, like so, and then you're just going to wrap it around the ears here in the center, and then tighten it up. Like so. And I love using the zip ties because it will stay in place. And then you're just going to trim off the zip tie. And there you have it. You have a super cute bunny wreath. Isn't this adorable? I absolutely love how this looks. I think it is super cute. So I hope you like this video. Make sure to give me a thumbs up and comment down below what you think, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.